Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Recovery Lab TV. My name's Chris. I'm your coach and your therapist, and today is our lower body prehab class. Okay. Prehab is basically consists of corrective exercises, physiotherapy-based exercises, and exercises to help bulletproof you from injuries, any kind of niggles or pains you kind of get on a regular basis. If you kind of want to correct any postural issues, if you kind of slouch down like this all the time, tightness in the chest, tightness in the upper traps, kind of really helps kind of draw you back into the posture you should have naturally, okay? Today's all about the lower body, so it's literally correcting and strengthening the lower back, pelvis, safeguarding the knees, and helping proprioception within the ankles, okay? Helping you balance a little bit better and kind of generate force a little bit more. So if you're a runner, if you're a triathlete, if you've just got bad knees in general, this is the session for you, okay? So hope you're all having a good day so far. It is officially Friday. I hope you've had a good week so far. If you have, let me know. It's always nice to know how you guys are doing. Just to kind of get to know you guys and kind of build this community up a little bit more, create this kind of open, friendly environment that I kind of wish to create. And yeah, so use that comment section if you want. Let me know how you're doing. Hope you enjoyed today's workout. Today, you're going to need a big long list of things, potentially. You're going to need a little band to go around your knees. Okay, and we're going to use it also around our ankles today. Okay, if you have any kind of AirX cushions or balance cushions, okay, either one like this or one like this little wobbly one, it's just by here with bumpy bits on the bottom. This is an indoor board one. You're going to need to grab those today. Okay, you're also potentially going to need a beam or bar, nothing weighted, just a like technique bar. Or broom handle or mop handle, just to help you with stability on some of them. It's not necessarily going to be used to its full effect. You could also use a chair to hold on to the top of the back of the chair, and I'll explain as I'm kind of going along. I imagine you're all wondering what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, so grab yourself your mats, grab yourself a big open space. We're going to warm ourselves up. And then I shall explain everything that we are going to do in due course. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. People are commenting. Good to see you. Right. So spin it around, just like that, full 360. What you're going to do? You're going to come into this position. All right. Your back knee is doing exactly that. It's staying behind you. It's back. Okay. You're going to lean forward and you're going to come back. Okay. You're going to lean forward. You're going to come back. Okay. So there you're trying to stretch out your hamstring, posterior chain. Here you're driving forward, squeezing your hips down, stretching out your groin this side, stretching out your hip flexors that side. Okay. So pause for a second. Come back. Stretch out, point your toes as much as you can. If you want to get a bit of the calf, tuck the toes up, try and reach for them, then come back over. If you have sore knees, okay, you may want to stick a little cushion underneath the back leg if you want to, or double up on your mat, depending on how thick it is. Okay, so big draw back, stretching out as much as you can. Good. That's it. Big reach back. And from there, swap sides. Okay. So it's reaching, drawing your hips down as much as you can. Leaning as far forward as you can. Then drawing back, hopping out. Just stretching ever so slightly. Got to warm those muscles up first. it. Leaning forward. Good. Stretch it back. Good again. Driving forward. Good. Last time. Reaching back. Good. Okay, so from there, what you're going to do, you're going to lay on your side. Imagine you're trapped in between two panes of glass for whatever reason, but you are, okay. You're going to place one hand out in front. That's going to help you balance and stabilize. One hand on your hip, okay. And you're going to draw up and forward, okay. Waking everything up. Tall as you possibly can. Just like so. Sit. Tall as you can. Big drive up. Sit. Focus on the heel. Okay, so the little knobbly bit on your ankle coming out. So you're keeping that leg side on, then front on. Okay. Big drive up. If you can, keep that lower leg off the floor as well. Almost there. Good. Okay, so swap the side. There we go. Big draw out. Big kick up. Okay. Each time try and take it a little further. Naturally, you're only just waking up. That's it. That's it. Big kick up. Two more. Last one. Great job. From there, spin around onto your back. Feet are nice and flat. Okay, knees apart. Draw it up. Give it a good old squeeze. Tap. Big shoot. Good. Good. Keep it up. Keep it going. Two more. Last one. Good. Okay. So if you have a little band, what you're going to do, you're going to tuck this little band on your feet, the middle of your feet, just like that. Okay. You're then going to stand up, just like so. Okay. Made it look easy. Okay. Now, like we did the other day, you're going to imagine your toes are in line, your heels are in line. Okay. Your feet are in a lovely little rectangle, if you will, keeping the band nice and straight. As you draw out, okay, you're kind of shoulder width now, right? The foot is still dead straight. I'm not in a 10 or 2 o'clock position. I'm not going inwards, that my knee is kind of rotated in. I'm keeping my knees dead straight, my feet dead straight, and then I slide this one back underneath my hip, okay? So I step, slide, step, slide, just like so. Okay, notice how my knees are staying straight. I'm not letting them go in. If you want to hold your hips, stick your bum out a little bit more, you can, but keep your knees facing forward. Small movements. Biggest fault, if you will, biggest problem people have with this is they step too wide, okay? And you end up getting this kind of overstretching and then this knee drop. As you step out this way, this knee kind of drops in. What you're trying to do is create glute activation and kind of all down the side of your thighs. You're trying to wake up everything. Same with the inside, okay? Because that also has a role. Now, you're not necessarily going to feel them as much as the outside because they're the prime muscle group, if you will, that are working. However, they're stabilizing as you do this. Okay, so it's very important and very good for knee health, hip health, ankle health. That's it. And it's basically this for 45 minutes, guys. So, yeah, enjoy. No, I'm joking. Joking, please don't leave. Okay. Good. Gently relax. Okay. So, standing in the middle, you're going to slide it up to just above the knee. Okay. You're going to stand on one leg. Okay. You're going to balance best as you can. You're going to drive out. Okay. Just like so. And when you do so, you're trying to keep that upper body as straight as you can with the weight over your standing leg. Okay. So it's a big old drive. Ooh. Trying to balance as best as you can. Should start to feel warm soon, if not already. Good. 2 more. Keep balancing. Good. Good save at the end. That's it. Big draw out. Good. Keep it going. That's it. So 2 more. Good. Okay. So, laying down back on your side, just like you did on the first exercise. This time you're going to tuck your toes up. You're going to keep this bottom leg on the floor. Your back is going to stay straight. Okay, so I want you to draw your hip forward. Squeeze your lower back. Hand flat as you can. Drawing out just like so. Now, when you draw out, keep that foot dead straight facing forward towards me. Okay, so it's a big drive like that, not like that, okay? You're going to feel it right here in your bum. Just like so, okay? And go. Good job, spinning around. Whoa. There we go. Big drive up. Making sure those hips are forward. One more. Good job. Lay it on your back. Big hip drive, squeeze them out as much as you can, keeping those knees wide. That's it. Keep it going. Two more. Last one. Good job coming back up. Taking your time. Sliding it down. Getting it onto the bottoms of your feet. Just like you did before. Bum should be on fire right now. Stepping and sliding. So this is a great way of activating your hips. Okay, so if your bum's on fire, which is a great thing, it means the muscles are activated, okay? All right, it's a great way of developing glute strength, okay? Activation, so it safeguards your knee, okay? It's your glute complex that stops your knee internally rotating and causing knee damage, okay? If you're female, you're 70% likely, more likely than a male, right, to have an ACL tear, which happens from rotating your knee inwards like this, okay, when you land. So it's really important that you do these type of exercises just because your hips are wider, so you naturally bow in slightly or have a tendency to. So it's really important to help correct those knee alignments, those foot alignments. So doing it like this as opposed to having the bands up here, it's much easier to safeguard where your feet land, where your knees are, and you still get the same activation up in the hip, okay? You don't have to worry about that, but what it also does, it brings the foot into play in regards to foot health as well, okay? So sliding up, nice and tall. All right. Another thing to consider is how many of you are training like this in your house, barefoot. It's really good to help build the proprioception, that feedback, that sensory feedback. So leg up, big draw out. Because what you got to think, guys, is you got 200,000 receptors in your feet. Same with your hands, okay? If you have so much sensory feedback in your hands, okay, you got just as much in your feet, okay? So these padded shoes that we're made to believe we need, okay, actually dampen that sensory feedback, okay? Stops us feeling and delivering feedback up to our brain, up to our legs, up to our muscles. Okay, two more. Last one. Great job. Okay, and without that feedback, we can't adapt the way we run, walk, change, move, all the rest of this stuff. So by training barefoot, spending time barefoot, it's going to really help that proprioception, that feedback quality. Okay, allowing our body to make decisions on what we're actually feeling without our brains thinking too much. Good, two more. Last one. Great job, chuck it down. Have yourself a little drink. Have yourself a little drink, guys. Well done. Let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling. Your hips are woken. Is everything feeling sore already? It's completely normal to have it all on fire, and that's kind of generally what you want, okay? The whole sense of a warm-up, okay, is there's a thing called a ramp warm-up, okay, created by the University of South Wales. One of the guys, strength and conditioning coaches, Jeff, he actually developed this model. It's called a ramp warm-up, R-A-M-P. It's worth a Google, okay? It's basically raising, activating, mobilizing, and potentiation. Okay, it's basically a fancy word for if you're doing legs, do leg exercises to warm up in your warm up to get the movement pattern going, okay? It's like so many people I see in gyms nowadays, they're doing a weight session, their warm up is on a treadmill, they've warmed up their running muscles, they're now going to do upper body, you know? And it just doesn't make sense in regards to help in activating the exercise, the neural system, so you can fire the muscles that you want to fire, connecting the pathways, okay, and then actually go into then do the exercise, okay, because the moment you start your main activity, you should be able to do a top level sprint, a kind of max lift, if you will, something at your top end without getting injured, without being subject to an injury. Because without it, you're kind of really leaving yourself fall short of those injuries. And then it shouldn't be a phase where this is the warm-up section, this is the main activity, this is the cool down or warm down, okay? It should flow into one. So you kind of can't really distinguish where the warm-up finishes and the main activity starts, okay? So if you're doing your technique drills, that's part of the warm-up, okay? So if you have a balanced cushion, grab it. If you don't worry, okay? Grab a set of towels, chuck it on top of each other, okay? And then use those to be a cushion, basically, okay? If you have one of these, okay, and if you have both, right, then brilliant. I'm going to use this later on, okay? However, I'm going to start with this just to kind of warm up, all right? So if you have multiple towels, start with less, and then in a couple of rounds, we're going to add on more, okay? What's Gemma saying? Yeah. So, so strength exercise is going to be brilliant for you, Gem, especially as a triathlete, in the sense of it's going to be your kind of go-to. So there's two different ways of gaining size, okay? It's called hypertrophy, also known as hypertrophy, depending on how you want to pronounce it, okay? It's basically the increase of cell size. Now, for a bodybuilder, you get longer, thicker fiber types, so you add noticeable cell size in the sense that you're getting bigger. For an endurance athlete, right, what we used to think of in the weight room, we used to have to do similar reps, endurance-based reps, okay? So 15 to 20 plus repetitions of the same exercise on a lighter weight. When in reality, what they found over the last 6 years is we actually need the opposite as an endurance athlete, okay? Because we do this already. What we need is your maximal strength stuff, where you're lifting heavy weights, lifting all these things. And what that does, it complements each other, okay? As an endurance athlete, you tend to get a different type of hypertrophy or hypertrophy within the cell themselves, okay? So they become slightly thicker and a little bit stronger, yet you don't tend to get bigger. And the reason why that happens is, one, because of the type of macros you're eating and the amount of calories needed to increase cell size. If you were to eat the same, you would just get leaner and you would get more defined, healthier, stronger muscles and stay pretty much within your same kind of weight range, if you will. So that is going to improve your watt per kilo. It's going to improve your power output massively in the sense of cycling, running, swimming, pretty much everything. You're going to have less injuries. It's going to boost performance, and there's no reason why everyone wouldn't benefit from this type of stuff, especially this prehab type things, because it's all kind of corrective, injury reduction based exercise that naturally is the secret sauce to sport performance. So, standing on your little cushion, if you will, okay, what you're going to do, you're going to balance up, you're going to bend this knee, you're going to draw your hips back, you're going to go as low as you can, okay, and drive up as tall as possible, okay? So from the side, what it looks like is you're bending that knee. Now, a lot of people draw down first, okay? You're going to feel that in the kneecap itself. It's going to hurt. It's going to be unpleasant. And if you can feel that, you're doing it wrong, so stop straight away. What you want to do is draw backwards, then down, okay? All right? So the knee does go forward, but it's always backwards, then down, okay? Just like a squat, all right? So when you're there, you put your back foot like that, okay? Just in case, because when you go down, if you then can't drive up, you plant your foot and then you help yourself up. Lift back up, you go down. If you can drive up, you do exactly that, okay? So, gently getting ready. All right, go to 3, 2, 1, heel down, toes spread, balancing on one leg, going down as deep as you can, balancing as best as you can, coming up nice and tall, using your hands as saving graces if you need them, just like I did just then. You'll notice how your knee is ever so slightly moving around. You want to try and keep it outwards. You should be feeling it in your hip as you do it. And this is one of those exercises that if you do need a chair right here or pull, by all means grab that and just use that to help you drive yourself back up. Good, 2 more if you can, guys. So last one. Good, swap your feet straight away, go straight back into it. Notice how one leg is noticeably stronger than the other. Okay. Doing amazing, guys. That's it. Real good. Ooh. Good, last one. Great job, shake it out. Nice and loose, grab a drink, let me know how you're doing. Doing amazing, really, really good, honestly. Keep it up, keep it going. Should be proud of that, Jem. Honestly, really, really good. All of you should be proud. You know, it's the subtle little changes, right, that we tend to get blind to, and we don't tend to notice ourselves because we're so focused on either destroying ourselves in the sense of we don't build ourselves up because we're just brainwashed into believing that it's bad to praise yourself, when in reality, if we can't build ourselves up within, how can we accept everyone else's praise, you know? So it's really important that you kind of build yourself up, acknowledge where you've come from, okay, and where you're heading to. You know, be kind to yourself, don't destroy yourself, all right? Keep it up, keep it going, all right? Got one more round, then we're going to make it a little bit harder if you can, all right? If it's not hard enough already. All right, okay? So, keep up the work. You're doing amazing so far, okay? Keep it going. Raise your foot back on. Heel down, toes spread out nice and wide, okay? Coming down, nice and steady. Big deep breaths. That's it. Big drive up. There we go. Good job. That's it. Keep it up. Good. 2 more. Balancing as best as you can. Here we go. Last one. Good job. Well done. Swapping over straight away. Should be really feeling it in your feet and your hips. Shouldn't feel anything in the knee. Okay, it's super important that you don't feel it there. All right. Going down. Big drive up. Whoop. Lost it. Set deep as you can. That's it. There you go. 2 more. Last one. Great job, well done. Okay, so if you have, all right, if you have one of these boards, okay, these wobble cushions, if you will, you're going to use that now, okay, if you weren't already. If you were, great job, keep using it, okay. If you have one of these, okay, and you have the opportunity to make it harder, okay, try and make it harder if you can, right? We're going to do the same exercise, but we're going to try and up the ante, if you will. If, it's a big if it's already hard enough, don't make it harder, okay? I'd rather you be successful and get the ones you're doing, okay, than you just to make it harder for the sake of it being harder, okay? If the quality goes, okay, then the purpose goes, all right? So this is where you kind of break out as an individual and you kind of focus on yourself and what's right for yourself, okay? I think sometimes we compare ourselves to too many others in the gym, in the world, our friends, family, videos that we're watching like this, okay, where you see these super fit individuals, not me, these super fit individuals that look incredible, that are quite often doing cut and paste jobs on the videos themselves, and you see snippets of what they're doing, you know, and then we try it and we're just not there yet. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just saying that we're not there right now doesn't mean we can't get there, okay? But the more you slow it down, the more you focus on your technique, the more you will get there, okay? All right, so back to that original foot, if you will, the foot you started with. Okay, you're going to plant that foot there as best you can. Now, again, you're going to try and draw back. This is going to be interesting for me because this cushion is a lot harder. And then just try your best, okay? So when you're ready, gently go. Nice and steady. Remember, you can always put that back foot down to help yourself if you can't get back up. Good, 2 more. Last one. Good job, well done. Gently swap your feet straight in. It's really important you get that foot evenly on your mat or your cushions or whatever you're standing on. Okay, so big deep breaths. Nice and steady. Good job. You want that unstableness, that challenge, the balance element. Kind of really want to push to the max. So try and control it, ride with it. Okay, so move with it. And that way you'll build the stability. Good, 2 more. Last one. Good, shake it out, well done. Big deep breaths, nice and loose. Grab a little drink, let me know how you found that one. Whether you found it harder, much harder, whether you're kind of getting the use of it now, getting a little knack of it, whether your legs are on fire or not. It's great hearing you guys, okay? Keep it up, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing awesome, all right? Big deep breaths. Keep sipping on your waters. Keep hydrated. Nice and relaxed. So keep moving your feet, keep giving them a little wiggle, keep them mobile. You know, a lot of us when we're stretching, we focus on stretching when in reality we can bring those stretches into our training sessions. So when in between sets, we can have a little stretch. In between sets, we can do our mobility work. we don't have to just sit there. And that's a brilliant way of increasing the intensity of your workouts, okay? And kind of just using your time effectively, So, big deep breath, going back on that original foot, lifting up, and go. Nice and steady. Good. That's it. Keep it up. Keep it going. Feel it in your hip. Good. 2 more. Good. Final one. Great job. Well done. Swap the sides. Straight in if you can. That's it. Deep as you can. Taking your time. Good. Almost there. Last one. Great job. Well done. Okay. So, what you're going to do, you're going to grab yourself a little drink first, have yourself a little rest, then you're going to be laying down on your bum. Yeah. Honestly, these little wobble boards are brilliant. These are a little harder than the AirX cushions, okay? But they're relatively cost effective, I think on Amazon you can get them for anything like £15 or something like that. And the things you can do with them and the balance exercises. But then there's also a lot of things you could do without anything at all, in the sense of brushing your teeth. Like you can stand on one leg, queuing, you can stand on one leg. Practicing sitting down on to a chair in your living room, your dining room, or whatever, you can do on one leg. It's those little things that make a huge, huge difference to your training and your body. And effectively, what you've got to think of is most of the exercises most people do are 2 legs on the floor. When in reality, every time we move, we're moving at 1 leg at a time. Okay. Whether we're walking, running, changing direction, it's always 1 leg planted, 1 leg lifted. Okay, yeah, when we train, we tend to do squats, deadlifts, and they're brilliant exercises, but you also got to think about the movements that you tend to do often in your life, whether that's a sport or just in life in general. Okay, so it's worth having a little think and maybe discussion on our discussion page. Ask away, ask the questions. Okay, so keep your legs straight, hands on your hips, 1 foot on your wobble board, if you will, or cushions, or wherever your feet are on. You're going to drive up, okay, come down, up, and down. Single leg, drawing in, looking to stabilize, if you can, at the top. Good, 2 more. Great job, well done. Moving it over onto the other leg, make sure your spine accommodates and is straight, okay? Don't just move your leg and not your body. Other leg up, big drive, nice and straight. Keep it up. Big drive. Good. Two more. Final one. Good. Nice, gentle, relax. Stretch your legs out. You'll feel that more in your hamstrings than potentially normally. Big deep breath. I'm going to slide it over. You got one more round, okay? Really, really good effort. Okay. Now with those type of exercises, you want to make your hip your focus. Okay. So the hip getting up, nothing else. Right. Focus on this. This controls everything else. Okay. So when you start focusing on the other leg, you throw your hip out of balance and so on. Because you want to control here, which controls everything else. It's similar to head and upper body and shoulder rotation. If you control that, it stimulates everything else. You know, it has a knock-on effect. That kinetic chain, that pathway. You need to pick the prime mover. You know, it's not necessarily focusing on the knee when it comes to knee injuries. All right, quite often it's the foot or the actual hip itself. You know. So, leg drive up, you got nice straight thighs, right next to each other, hands on your hips, big drive up, squeezing that bum. Here we go, get up there. Two more. Great job. Sliding the mat over, straight in last time. Good, breathe it away as you come up. Two more. Last one. Great job, well done. Shake it out. Coming up nice and tall. Here we go. Whew. So, 1 foot in. Take your time with it now, right? Hold on to your toes if you can. If not, use your towel to hook on, pull down. Okay, amazing job. Well done. Doing really good, guys, honestly. Keep it up, keep it going. So from there, keep holding. From here, you're going to get this outside arm. You're going to come up, come all the way over, facing the side. Stretching over, just like so. You should feel it all up your lats, your obliques, bit of the intercostal muscles, potentially behind the shoulder. Awesome effort, well done. Good. From there, swap side. Holding on. Keep it nice and straight for a minute. How are we all feeling? We okay? I hope so. I hope a lot of what I mentioned in my ramblings makes sense. I hope they spark a lot of questions, answer a lot of questions. If you kind of ever want to listen, like ever kind of like want to talk more about a certain topic that I kind of mentioned, or want to know a little bit more about a certain thing, don't be afraid to ask, okay? So coming up and over, it's the only way you're going to learn. And what I found, the more you learn about the body, the more you want to invest. The more you invest, the more you want to learn. And I don't think there's anything better than investing in your own physical and mental health. You know, Good. From there, bring your feet together. Sit deep as you can, holding those feet together. Try and draw those knees down as much as you can. A nice proud chest, keeping our back nice and straight. No, it's also great hearing some success stories coming through. People changing, the fact you're getting stronger, the fact your body type's changing is brilliant. You should be really proud of that, you know. And all these little kind of niggles that disappear, and the fact that like you're seeing changes and everything, like it's from your hard work. Okay, all I'm here is a guide, you know, and I'll support you and everything, but it's not my success, it's yours. Okay, so well done you. Keep it going, keep pushing, and if you do need more help and all the rest of it, just ask, you know. I'm more than happy to help you guys. That's why I created this channel. That's kind of why I deliver these exercise sessions and so on and so forth. You know, it's completely for free. I don't get anything out of it except the opportunity to work with people like yourself. Okay, so for me, that's everything. So crossing over. So well, you know, because it's those moments that will get you through those tough times. And ultimately, if I'm doing my job right, you'll want to come back. Fingers crossed. But yeah, gentle shakes out. Have an amazing one. Have an amazing weekend. Enjoy your Friday. Whatever you decide to get up to this weekend, make it a good one. I'm sure it will be much nicer than the weekend I have planned. Okay, so for those who don't know, I'm going to be running 100 miles this weekend. This ultra marathon is my first ever 100-mile ultra marathon. So if you want to kind of follow that, visit my Instagram. It's I am Chris_Hill. I'm going to be posting everything on my live story. So if you do want to follow that, I'll be putting everything on there.